As you can see behind me here, we are taking a look at this incredibly tiny travel trailer RV that comes with a lot of benefits, but is it something that you could see yourself comfortably camping in? You let me know. Let's go take a look. Before we get too far, I want to make sure you know about Firmly Unbound. Firmly Unbound is my own independent company, and right now it kind of exists as an idea, although I do have products now on the firmlyunbound.com website that you can go check out. But you can learn more about what it means to live Firmly Unbound on the Firmly Unbound YouTube channel. Shared a lot of content there now that is, one, explaining what Firmly Unbound is, and then also showing how I am striving to live more firmly unbound. And I think it might surprise you, so go check that out. And then also, I want to make sure too that you know about Liquefied. So Liquefied here, this is a black tank treatment from Matt's RVs. Funny because this camper does not have a black tank on it, but it does have a gray tank, and they also have a new gray tank treatment with Liquefied. So you can find Liquefied on Amazon, and it will also be coming to Blue Compass RV shelves across the country in their parts departments here real soon. So go check that out. Welcome back to another video, y'all. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here taking a look at this Forest River Flagstaff E-Pro. This is the 14D, or as it's listed on their website, the 14DA floor plan from the Flagstaff E-Pro. And right away, when I look at something like this, I'm like, wow, it is small, which comes with some great benefits. Like, this looks like it may be able to fit in a decent amount of people's residential garages. Huge plus there, very easy to tow as well, but obviously the space inside is going to be a little bit limited. Let's look at the floor plan layout and specs here real quick. So you can see the floor plan layout there. And then we can see some of the different features that this comes with here. We'll talk about a lot of these as we go throughout the video, but you have 200 watts of solar. You have the steel fenders that you can stand on, so that is nice to be able to get up onto the roof. You have the Max Air roof vent, all-terrain tires, power tongue jack, a lot of standard stuff there that you would expect from travel trailers. But the E-Pro line in general, definitely a very nice product for what you're getting. Now, oh man, this light's not on. Where's the light switch? Maybe that's it. There we go. This E-Pro product is something that we carry at a lot of our stores. So with Blue Compass, who I film with, we have over 100 different stores across 33 different states. If you are interested in this RV, there's a link down below in the comments and description of this video where you could get started with searching for your next RV, as we likely have a location close to where you're at, or hopefully we do, with over 100 different stores. So use that link down below to get started. Now with this E-Pro line, when you're looking at trailers in this size, I would say this is closer to like a traditional travel trailer. So here at this event that I'm at, you can see all these different travel trailers that are set up here. These are all what I would consider to be, you know, like a fiberglass sided, aluminum framed traditional travel trailer. Then you have stuff in this size segment here that can get very robust. It can definitely go a lot of steps up in terms of like off-road capabilities and overlanding / dry camping capabilities. And this here I think is like a more premium product as far as quality and construction goes for a camper this size, that is not quite all of the overlanding and like dry camping capabilities you might get from other brands that go way up in price point. Now that brings me to something also at this event. I don't have any pricing information, unfortunately, but my guess is something like this is going to probably fall around the $20,000 price point or so. I don't know for sure, but again, the link down below in the comments and description will get you to our website where we have pricing listed on different products, and you can check that out there. This is just my first look at the 2025 here at this event that is put on by Forest River. So starting along the back, you have this outdoor kitchen space. Since there is no interior kitchen, you're going to get a nice big mini refrigerator. Get it? Big mini refrigerator. But good size on that nonetheless. You have your microwave out here that does double as a convection oven or an air fryer. And then you have a sink back here. Love having the sink outside. This makes it so you don't have to step inside the camper at all to wash your hands, wash off utensils, cups, anything like that. Bottle opener here, and then storage space under there. And then this is all metal actually. So everything here, all metal. Soft close on that. Open this up, and this is just a table that will drop down. So you'll have that little spot right there that drops down as a support for that table. And then you have some cabinet storage up here. So already definitely seeing good quality with this all being metal and not just like a cheap laminated wood back through the outdoor kitchen space. Drop this down. This is your rear door to this area. It does have slam latches on it, but it also has the clips right here to give you a little bit extra support for keeping that closed as you're going down the road. Solar panel up on the roof, and then the height on this thing here, the external height, which I think is important on something like this in terms of being able to get it into a garage, is going to be, let me get the specs opened up here, 7 feet 3 inches. Now, I believe most residential garages, like their lowest point can be down to 7 feet. You probably can spare 3 inches off of the tires here if you just let air out of the tires. So if this is something you're considering storing in a residential garage to save cost on storage, I think that can be done. But the external height here as listed is 7 feet 3 inches. You have your outdoor griddle cooktop here, and then you also have these wheel blocks here. This is a tread lock, and this essentially is acting like an emergency brake in a sense, so keeping your camper from rolling right there. You have manual stabilizers on the back and your propane quick connect line. You have your storage space through here. Again, slam latch doors. This passes all the way through to the other side, and then you'll see how this is kind of incorporated with the interior space here in just a second. Slam latch doors on those. Frameless windows, so you get a more premium look with that, just a nicer look and aesthetic to the exterior of the camper. Another outdoor storage component right here that passes all the way through, and then you can see the aluminum framing on this travel trailer. You have your awning that drops down, or not drops down, but extends out right here, so you still will get an awning. 2 20-pound propane bottles, power tongue jack up front, and you're going to have your spot for batteries right here, and that can fit up to a 270 amp hour lithium battery. Light on the outside right there, and then along your non-camp side, you have your AC up underneath the sofa. So AC is not going to be roof mounted, keeps that ceiling height and exterior roof height lower. Should have just said exterior roof height. It really doesn't keep the ceiling height lower, but it keeps the roof height lower, if you know what I meant. And then it looks like you have a gray tank dump valve here. No black tank on this trailer. There's no bathroom on the inside, so that is one of the drawbacks, is you don't get a personal bathroom. Tankless water heater for your outdoor sink and things like that, and your 30 amp power supply connection. Now, as we open the door here, it is pretty tight in this space. So as we open it up, we're gonna push this table to the middle. So it does come with a table here, and you basically get booth seating on both sides of the table with a bunk up over the top there. You can see here, there's not a whole lot to this camper, but it's definitely going to get you indoors. So I mean, it just started drizzling now, and I'm thinking, like, you know, if I'm out camping, okay, I have a spot to come inside, can hang out inside here. Enough seating space for 4 people easily. I mean, if I'm sitting in this corner, you can see how much booth space is here next to me. I mean, you really realistically could sit 3 people on each booth seat. So a great spot. You could come in here and play a card game, play a board game, just to have a chit chat and hang out while you're waiting for the weather to pass. I think that's a big benefit to a camper like this. You also have AC in here, so you're able to stay cool, and you don't have to, you know, bear the heat at all hours of the day. And you have a spot where you can come inside to hang out. You can see your AC controls right there, but you also have the vents right here where that AC will blow out. And then let me look at this and make sure. Let's see what we got going on with this control panel. Okay, you do have heat as well, so just want to make sure. So you do have a furnace on here, so you get your heat and cooling inside of this travel trailer. Then with sleeping, this is where it gets a little bit more interesting, because to sleep at night, you have a couple different options. First of all, you have this bunk up over the top here, and I do not know the width of this travel trailer. I haven't seen that dimension. Oh, the width is 7 feet 4 inches. So let's see, if me being 6'1", if I can actually lay across this bunk here. Get up into this space. Yeah, it's it's a little tight. I mean, okay, I'm not a picky sleeper. If I need to sleep, I'm sure I can get this done, but you can see here, it is not that long. So definitely have to bend my knees quite a bit. However, there are other ways to sleep in this camper that make it so you can actually lay out flat. That is just going to be an additional bunk if needed. So a great spot if you have a kid coming with you and you just want a small camper. You can still get sleeping for a kid with something like that. Or you can just take that bunk off or take the mattress off and use that as storage. So you can have a little storage space up through there. Also no pull down blackout shades on your windows, so better shade system there. But as we turn around this way, if we need a longer seating space, first of all, you can see the supports down here with the Velcro on them. That is so this table can drop down into one of these positions here to allow for a longer bed. And then this spot here, this drops down into the storage space that we saw, the pass-through storage area. But this also has latches on it right here. So this allows this bed to lay down. This is hard for me to do with just one hand, so I think y'all get the point. But this lays down flat, and then you can lay this down right here. So you can actually get a long bed going this way and fill it in with cushions to cover up the table and get one long bed that goes all the way down this part of the trailer that will get you over a 6-foot bed there. I don't know the exact length and dimensions of what that bed space would be when you lay that all the way down flat, but it looks as though most people are going to be able to fully lay out and stretch out with that bed arrangement. I would imagine it's probably at least 6'6" in length when you fully lay that all down to lay out. So that is another option there. As we look at some of the other things, we have a spot here to hang clothes. So this is just a little hanging piece to hang some stuff. You have actual solid wood, hardwood cabinet doors. So no wrapped wood on these. That is also very nice. That's something that a lot of brands that'll come into a cheaper price segment would do. You have your solar charge controller right here. You have outlets back here. It comes with a JBL speaker, and then you have USB and USB Type-C connection right there. And it sounds like the rain is starting to come down a little bit out here. Last couple things inside the camper, because there's not a whole lot to talk about. You do have pull-out drawers right here, so you can see how that pull-out drawer will open there. Same thing here, and then you have a little cubby area over on this side. This is where, I mean, this trailer, it's a little compact, you know. There's not a whole lot of space to work with around here, so I'm gonna go to the other side. USB ports here on that side. Has a privacy shade on this window. And come back around over here. Show you this other bit of storage. See right here how this will open up right there. So a little cubby space. You can see your aluminum framing goes even into the elements of support underneath the dining table. So no wood for any of that framing. You also have aluminum all through the roof as well. You see your heating here, and then you have your extend and retract for the awning outside. But that is pretty much it. I mean, it's a very simple camper, nothing too crazy about it, but very curious your thoughts on what you think about this, because this is something that I think really solves an issue that a lot of people don't want to pay for storing their RV. And this is, I mean, aside from getting some sort of pop-up camper or something like an A-liner that collapses down to go flat, that requires a little bit more effort to get set up and take down, I mean, for just something that you can hook up and go, this is about as big as they come for something you can fit inside of a residential garage that just requires minimal effort to get out camping. So very curious your thoughts on this and what you think, if it's something you could see yourself camping in, or if it's just absolutely too small for you. Let me know down below in the comments, and that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, live firmly unbound.